News when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Monica Ricks. President Trump returned to the White House Correspondents' Dinner last night, 3 months after the initial event ended abruptly when a gunman breached security. The president condemned political violence at the dinner while attacking political opponents and the press.
But I am delighted to be here at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Amazing people, a lot of people that I like. Some I don't like it all.
Before the dinner, the president hosted the leaders of 4 advanced nuclear reactor companies at the White House to commend their technological milestones. Trump sees nuclear reactors as a key source of power for data centers and economic growth. While he was there, Trump also took questions from reporters about the exit strategy in Iran.
You can just keep doing exactly what we're doing and take them apart piece by piece. We can do it in a more rapid fashion, which we might do, or we can negotiate with them, which we're also doing right now.
Either way, President Trump says the U.S. is locked and loaded and ready to go. Meantime, the Houthis claimed to strike Saudi Arabia with missiles this morning near the Red Sea, deepening their involvement in this war as the U.S. appeared to wrap up a 13-day run of strikes on Iran. The Houthis called it retaliation over recent strikes from Yemen. The UK Maritime Trade Operations is now warning vessels to remain diligent following these attacks. Bloomberg Energy and Commodities reporter Stephen Stipczynski has more.
We did see a few ships U-turn over the last week away from the Bab el-Mandeb Strait, but in the last 24 hours, we did see 2 China-linked super oil tankers, though carrying Saudi crude, did get through. So it's a mixed picture. There is some oil flowing through, but at the same time, there are some ships turning around.
Reporter Stephen Stipczynski on Bloomberg This Weekend. He says it's the biggest escalation and risk to oil in the region since this war started. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth is also pushing for his UK counterpart to host a summit with other nations on protecting maritime traffic in the Strait of Hormuz. But so far, no decisions have been made. The Trump administration's imposing new tariffs on imported goods coming from about 60 major U.S. trading partners, claiming those nations failed to stop the use of forced labor in their supply chains. Brendan Murray covers global trade for Bloomberg.
Those range from 10 to 12.5%, and that is basically 99% of countries that ship goods to the U.S. So it's a pretty broad brush that got hit with those tariffs.
Bloomberg's Brendan Murray reports this has a much stronger legal ground than the blanket tariffs Trump imposed last year, which the U.S. Supreme Court later deemed unconstitutional. Nvidia is teaming up with SK Group to build new data centers and investing $1 billion in internet and cloud service provider Naver in South Korea. He says that'll boost the U.S.'s position in the AI race and combat competition from China.
They're producing more AI researchers than probably all of the world has, in any given year. And so they're producing, manufacturing intelligence is important. They manufacture the most important version of it, which is the researchers.
You can catch the full conversation with NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang on the Bloomberg Business app, Bloomberg.com, and the Bloomberg Tech Podcast. DeepSeek is hitting pause on fundraising, verbally informing some prospective investors they won't be signing investment agreements as expected after founder Liang Wangfeng's comments about U.S.-Chinese AI competition went viral. But negotiations remain fluid, and DeepSeek could still choose to resume the deal process at a later date. Its first financing deal closed in June and raised $7 billion for the AI lab. It's also begun preparations for an initial public offering that may file as soon as this year. Taylor Farms has reportedly asked the White House for a recall delay over lettuce that's been linked to a cyclospora outbreak that's now spread to 9 states and sickened thousands. The company's asking for more proof and more time before officially being linked to the outbreak. Maine Democrats are holding a special convention today to select their new candidate to take on Republican Senator Susan Collins in November. Former state Senate President Troy Jackson received overwhelming support and says the hope Democrats built doesn't belong to a single campaign.
And it belongs to every person who's working more and more for less and less, while billionaires and corporations cut the line in front of them. That is the movement that we are here to carry forward.
Jackson replaces Graham Plattner, who ended his campaign earlier this month over sexual assault allegations. Collins is seeking a 6th term, and it's a shaky race as President Trump lost the state in 2024. Democrats would need to flip just 4 seats to win control of the Senate this fall. And the World Cup may be over, but we're getting new data now on its economic impact on U.S. businesses. Bloomberg's Amy Morris has that story from Washington.
The numbers show the World Cup gave U.S. consumer spending a leg up in June. The Labor Department says the hospitality industry added the most jobs in more than 3 years, boosted by hiring ahead of the World Cup. The restaurant industry was boosted by watch parties, alcohol sales, and host city tourism. Even online retail got a boost when Amazon launched its Prime Day a bit early, in part to capitalize on consumer interest during the World Cup. We'll get more data from the Bureau of the Economic Analysis Personal Consumption Report due out July 30th. Amy Morris, Bloomberg Radio.
And that's news when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Monica Ricks, and this is Bloomberg.